welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Elena and I create bookish content, whether it be vlogging. I'm gonna start posting stuff about bullet journaling for my bullet journals strictly for reading, as well as, just fun book hauls, bookstores, all that jazz. But that brings me up to what this vlog is going to be about. Maybe from the title you have seen, this is going to be come shopping with me, aka book shopping. Today I am going to one of my favorite bookstore in Boston. They are having their grand reopening this weekend, and I'm so excited because of the fact that I've been gone the last few days for work. Hello, Severus. Sorry, he likes to have his attention. But I will be going to All She Wrote Books in Somerville at their new location, and I am beyond excited. So I figured I'd take you along with me. I am now walking to the T. That's what we call our subway system, I guess is what you would call, in Boston. So I'm walking there now. I'm meeting my husband at our train stop, so we can go ahead and head on there. I had no time to do my makeup, so I just put on like this really nice lip stain from Bath and Body Works, actually, and it's very moisturizing, which is super awesome because it's dry AF here. But I'm excited to take you guys with me. Back from the bookstore, back home, and I definitely got some things, so I'll do a quick haul of what I bought. So Christina has flags, and this is a pansexual flag. I don't have one for myself, but my husband has one for him, and so he saw this pansexual flag, and I've wanted one for a while, so happy to have it. All right, starting off with A Marvelous Light by Farah Marski. Not sure on pronunciation words. But I am a fantasy reader, and I've been heavily getting back into fantasy this year. So Christina, the owner of All She Wrote Books, told me that this author writes not only queer romances and fantasy and intertwines them very well, but a nice smutty aspect to it. They're definitely for adults. So that is the first book I have. The next book I bought is going to be this gorgeous freaking book. Okay, so first off, the title is called A Strange and Stubborn Enduring by Foz Meadows. And I just love the cover art for this book. I saw it in a different bookstore, I want to say 2 months ago or last month at the beginning of October, but I didn't pick it up and buy it because I had already found the significant books that I really wanted that day. So I was smart and put it back. Well, then I saw it on the shelf. so I had to get it. This is a male romance, and it is about a prince who was not expecting to have to wed, especially a girl, from like a neighboring town, city, whatever. When it reveals, I think he gets outed. I think that's what the synopsis is saying. So then it ends up like ruining the diplomatic union. And so that's one side of the story. And then the other POV, I'm assuming it's going to be dual POV because that's kind of how like the synopsis is playing it. And it's always saying, it's saying that the second main male character knew that he would end up in a political marriage, but his sudden betrothal to a man from the other country or town, whatever, where those relationships are forbidden, shocked him. Like, he was never expecting this. So I'm really excited because it's basically like medieval time era is what it's seeming like, because of the fact of like you need an alliance, and so the kings and queens are like, oh, let me marry my kid to their kid so that way we can have this extra land, whatever. So that's basically what this book is about, except from the kids' point of views, who are being betrothed and like promised to other people before they even get the chance. So that's what this book is basically about. It is a big one, but I just wanted to show you guys really quickly. It has a map. I love books with maps, especially fantasy books with maps, because of the fact that I like to visualize, so that helps a lot. The next book is by V.E. Schwab, and I honestly cannot tell you the name of the series, but this is the third and final book in the series, and it is called A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. And so I now own all 3 books, and I have, this toxic trait of like buying the entire series before I start the first book. That's what happened here. So now I can finally start the first one. And I'm really excited about it. Don't know what it's all about. Just know it's fantasy. Just know it's V.E. Schwab. I'm not one of those people who have ever read from V.E. Schwab before. I know Sacrilege, coming from the book community. I have not read Secret Life of Addie LaRue. I just found it. Don't scream at me, but I just found it at a free little library, so I took it. But yeah, maybe eventually I'll get to reading it. And I'm just saying, if I like that series, I'll probably read it. Then the next book is going to be Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I read this earlier this year for the Transwrite Readathon, and I listened to it audibly. I rated it 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. It's about a young boy who is trying to prove that he's a brujo, and his family is telling him that he'll never be a brujo because he is a female. He's a trans male. So his family is not recognizing him for who he is. And so he tries to do a ritual, basically, to summon something. I can't remember the name, but to summon something that basically ends up proving that you are a brujo. And it goes wrong and summons the wrong thing. So that's what it's about. That's the gist. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. Male romance, trans male character representation, POC representation. Loved everything about it. So that is actually for my husband. And then this book is called The Free People's Village. This is by Sim Kern. And they are actually the creator of the Transwrite Readathon that happened this March. I was one of the few people who was able to read their ARC because their publisher opened it up in NetGalley during the Transwrite Readathon so we could all read it. I was really excited to see this on the shelves, and it is signed by Sim. So my husband was looking around and kind of like scouring the shelves. He doesn't read very often, but when he does, he's like a very like particular reader. And so I told him like the background of this author, the background of this book. It's about a revolution, and it's set like forward into what is it, 20, I can't remember the timeline, but it is set basically an alternative timeline. That's what I was trying to think of. It's an alternative timeline in 2020 if Al Gore had won the 2000 election. I cannot speak, and declared war on climate change rather than a war on terror. So this book, it is heavy in certain aspects, but also very like pro-activist, very gets your gears going. What would you do in this situation? How would you respond? How would you act? It just makes you think that way. And I recommended it for Dalton, and he loved it, so he bought it. He has not read it yet, though. The last and final book in our book haul is gonna be When the Angels Left the Old Country by Sacha Lamb. I am so sorry if I just butchered their first name. I really do apologize. This is the cover. It's stunning. It does look like it won some awards as well. That's really awesome. The back says, from when the angels left the old country, every part of itself is not required for that necessary activity, was turned toward the purpose of rescuing little Ash, and of course Rose. From the start, it had not liked that place, or any other one of the checkpoints it had encountered since leaving its shtetl. I'm really sorry. I have a very hard time with pronunciation sometimes, and it is about a Jewish family, and so I'm trying to make sure I pronunciate things right, so I'm really sorry if I don't. Checkpoints, it knew for an injustice. Ellis Island was an injustice. As an angel, it told itself that its purpose now must be correction, the redressing of balance in the world, the repair of broken vessels. Ellis Island was an injustice. As an angel, it told itself that its purpose now must be correction, the redressing of balance in the world, the repair of broken vessels. It had seen injustice and must fix things. Maybe I'll read this too. Maybe I will. I don't know. The irony of my husband not being a reader. He got all hardcover books, which is funny to me, and I got all paperback, which is rare. I love paperback books, but I like to collect hardback. I always wondered what the black was. It's page art. They're maps. I'm excited. And I say a lot. That's one thing I've noticed since I started filming, was I say that word a lot, and I do apologize. That is everything. I just wanted to give you all an outro and say thank you for coming along with me. I had a wonderful time going to see Christina and just showering her with love and seeing the new bookstore. It looks amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are ever in the Boston or East Somerville area, I highly recommend going to All She Wrote Books. Bye!